It's all fun and games till someone gets shot.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I want to talk about God of War once more. I did a video where I kind of gave my general reactions to what they showed off, the brand new game, but I also was talking about just some questions that I have when they are talking about the afterlife, the gods, they die and they go into this other world. We thought the death was permanent, and people were making memes of how Zeus and Odin spent their whole lives trying to avoid dying, but then they could just go to another world and continue to be Zeus and Odin, but hang out with all the other pantheons at the same time. So there is that kind of meme there, but there's also controversy, and the controversy is surrounding the female character, the lead of the game. Now, I kind of think it's cool. I think it's a natural extension of where the story was going. I even looked at clips that was posted to YouTube and Twitter and just social media in general. And you can see that Santa Monica Studios was laying the foundations for this, right? It's obvious now with Kratos and Atreus hearing her calling to them at pivotal moments in the story. They wake up from a dream. They start to get pulled in like this lullaby. Like Kratos went into that light beam and then he was hearing visions and whatnot. And he kind of wanted to stay there because he thought he saw Faye at the end. It's a very complex thing that they seem to have woven, but still, players don't like it. Some people are like, one, why is there a female lead for God of War? They're seeing it as some type of like takeover of the franchise. God of War was one of the manliest franchise with the most brutal nature to it. And we've seen the change going from the Greek mythology to the Norse mythology, where a lot of the very brutal stuff was kind of toned down. Even the way that Kratos behaves is different. And a lot of people love it because it's like a natural development of the character, but you just have that group of people who are like, no, this is bad, and we want the real Kratos back. We want the real God of War back. Even the combat felt very different, and this was something that a lot of people kind of agreed on, is how God of War Norse just felt a little bit more formulaic than the Greek era. The Greek era was like defining, genre defining, and people wanted that. And the way that the developers even responded to that call for the Greek mythology is that they made Faye kind of model that with her jumping in the air doing the fighting. Like, that's the old era that they developed. So they seen people wanting that, and they're delivering with this character. But then the other aspect of this is the people who don't like that Kratos isn't the main playable character. Now, you guys will have to correct me on this, but I believe when they put out God of War Ragnarok, and the guy who plays Kratos, he went up on stage and they were just talking about how this is kind of his final time playing Kratos. Like, it was a big moment, which is why he was on stage for like 5 minutes. Jeff Keighley was upset, but that kind of seemed like it was going to be the end of Kratos and it was going to be the beginning of something else. We were expecting Atreus to go to Egypt, or the Mayan culture. There's a lot of theories about what was going to happen next, and we were expecting it to be centered around Atreus, but in hindsight we could see that they were setting up for Freya. So I personally see the foundations being there all along. Like, this game was in development since 2020, 2021, somewhere around there, and you could tell with just how much they interwove into the previous games. But regardless, people don't like it, and it's resulting in controversy all over the place. But it got so much so to where other companies are taking shots at Santa Monica Studios. Domino's Pizza said God of War game with no Kratos is like a pepperoni passion with no pepperoni. And Santa Monica responded with this, saying, okay, thanks for the feedback, Domino Pizza's corporate account. This is the thing. People are kind of upset that Kratos so far seems like he's not going to be playable. You do have the moment where like he died to Thor and then he came back to life, but that's the second game, not the first game. We don't know if Freya's story will arc both games or just mirror the first game. Probably arc both games, so we'll be able to see in a weird way what Kratos and Loki are kind of doing at the times. Like, maybe we'll be able to get a glimpse of them. Oh, they're talking to the world serpent now for the first time. Oh, they're fighting Boulder. Oh, they're fighting Thor. Oh, they're fighting, maybe we'll be able to get those like those plot points so we could tie the whole timeline together and understand. Because once again, from Kratos' perspective, he was kind of getting visions and interactions with her, so maybe that's how we'll see it from the other perspective. But regardless, people don't really care. They just want Kratos. They want God of War. They want the old school feel. They don't want cute little squirrels running around and cute little cubes running around. They feel like the game is being turned into something else with just the God of War name on it. Now, I had a lot of fun with God of War Ragnarok. I had a lot of fun with God of War what was it, 2017, the first Norse one. I'm a huge fan of the franchise, and I kind of operate under this idea of like, if they haven't made a huge mistake yet, then I kind of just keep giving them like the benefit of the doubt. Like, you guys been telling a great story, even though the gameplay has changed a little bit. It's still a great story. It's still a lot of fun there. The mechanics are incredible. The visuals get better and better and better. The sound, it's all amazing from my perspective. So if they are venturing in this new direction, which I was kind of already prepared for, if they're venturing in this new direction where Kratos is kind of going to take a back seat and other characters are going to start getting fleshed out, I personally don't feel too strongly about that, but I can understand, like, the name is God of War. That represents Kratos. So how is it going to be about other characters now? I completely understand. And I wonder how Santa Monica will respond with this game, but future games, because this is the most, backlash I have seen God of War get ever, ever. And obviously PlayStation, Santa Monica Studios, the corporates, right? They want the game to succeed. They want it to be loved. Maybe this will just drum up more hype and excitement for people talking about it, debating over it, arguing over it. Maybe this will just be more marketing than the trailer could have done in and of itself. And then when the character come out, when the game come out, people will be able to play it, experience it, love it, hate it. Who knows? I want to see more of what they have to offer. They have endless potential with what they set up. Everyone, that idea is one that I am personally excited for, because you have the potential for bringing in so many different gods, and we don't have to wait for it to happen one by one over the course of many games. You can bring in so many different people, but then how does this tie into the overarching story? Because my expectations is that she's going to survive. She's going to escape death. She's going to get back to Kratos. What would that then do for the God of War mythology? And that's more so where I'm focused at, is like, for the whole world that I've been following for a very long time, how will that change with this game? Because this game has the ability to alter things like nothing that came before. And how will Kratos play a role in that? He should play a big role in that. And hopefully they don't undermine him. I think the backlash that they're getting is pretty interesting. It's kind of expected of the internet at this time. When you have female characters replace male characters, whether it's intentional, unintentional, whether it is a perfect extension of the story, no matter what it really is, it's going to get controversy just in the era that we live in. And I'm sure they would have been expecting that. I'm sure they would have been prepared for it, and they would have built the story to hold true to the people who, the old God of War, Norse God of War, and then for people who want to see the game continue in the direction that it's going and, tell a fulfilling story.